Hello, welcome to a quick reaction video on Latte Firm. The Premier League season is over. Arsenal have beaten Everton by 2-1, and we have finished runners-up. We missed out on our first Premier League title since 2004, despite beating Everton. And Manchester City have taken the glory with 4 consecutive Premier League titles for the first time in the game's history. I feel such a mix of emotions tonight, ladies and gents, boys and girls. I feel really flat, a little bit sad, absolutely gutted. Not heartbroken, not devastated, not like emotionally terrible, but just feel really flat, really hollow, really like I just need time to process what we've seen, what's happened. But at the same time, I'm also extremely proud of this club and this team and the manager, and I want to remain really positive, and I want to have a really encouraging outlook on the team in the future because we've got so much to be positive about. So welcome to this live quick reaction video, the last one of this Premier League season. If you're tuning in for the first time on YouTube, please do subscribe to the channel. It's a massive help. Get involved as well in the chat and like the video. That's free. If we can get to a few hundred likes tonight, that would be amazing. Let's head straight to the chat because it's been quite active already. Paul James was first in the house. I was at the Emirates today and the atmosphere didn't get the result it deserved. The crowd were incredible. It was a fantastic atmosphere. Really vibrant. You know, we went into the game knowing that to be crowned champions, we needed to beat Everton, and Manchester City had to fail to win. You know, a draw would have been fine against David Moyes' West Ham. And it was a gorgeous day in London. The sun was shining. North London at the start of the game was belted out to a volume that I've not heard this season. It was phenomenal. Annoyingly, Everton changed ends. That really sort of got us on the wrong foot. But the crowd, Paul, as you say, absolutely tremendous. And another reflection of where we are as a club and the connection that we have with this group of players. And we were in fine voice. BX Gunner 81 says, "We go again. Come on, you Gunners." We do go again. And pre-season is just a few weeks away, which is ridiculous. And we've got the Euros in between, but it does feel a bit raw. It feels a bit too soon for me to be thinking like that. I need tonight and tomorrow to just process, to digest, to just think about what's happened. Emra, welcome to the show. As much as this hurts, I'm just proud of the boys and how far we've come in recent years. Yeah, the journey we are on is incredible. We've talked about that quite a lot on this show, on this channel. The steep upward trajectory that we are on, nobody can deny it. Only those who are ignorant, only those who hate us fail to recognize what Mikel Arteta is doing. And there's so much to be proud of. So yeah, really proud of the boys, really proud of the club, the gaffer, everything. Arse Vengers in the house. Arse Vengers, welcome to the show. Evening, folks. Proud of the boys today. Yes, nothing but pride. Nothing but pride. You couldn't ask for anything more from this group of players. They have given everything. They have tried desperately to get this trophy. They've entertained us. They've worked hard for us. They've given every last drop of blood, sweat, and tears. And there's nothing more that I could have expected from this group of players and this team and this manager. Magnus says, "Finally able to catch Latte Firm live. Love the channel. Love this team. We'll be there again next season." Magnus, thank you so much for your kind words. Talking of kind words, I was lucky enough to be a guest at the Arseblog Arsenal Vision live podcast at the Ali Pali Theatre in London last night. Thanks to so many of you for stopping by and saying hello, and so many kind words about Latte Firm. I'm truly touched. So many people. I'm so grateful for all of the love and all of the kind words. We'll cover everyone who said hello in the late night latte, and we'll do that tomorrow, I think. Trevor Bibbin says, "Good evening, FK." Almost, but we go again next season. We do. I'm really pleased to see all of this kind of tone in the chat. Go again next season. Be proud of the boys. You know, great effort. I love that spirit. And we got to keep that. We got to keep that. Arsenger does follow up by saying he's gutted, mate. Hello to you, Karen. Please don't fade away over the summer. I hope you are in for the content that we're going to have. Neil Gunnison said, "Aston Villa is where we lost the title. Arteta must take accountability and resign." Look, I'm not sure about Mikel Arteta resigning. And, you know, it's funny. lots of Arsenal fans, non-Arsenal fans, looking back at the fixtures where we might have lost it, won it, etc., etc. The reality is, we've pushed Manchester City as far as we could have gone with this young squad and this young manager. And, he does take accountability. Mikel Arteta does take responsibility. And he's clear with his words, he's clear with his actions, and he has, a long way to go to become a top coach in the game. And, he's working hard to get there. And I'm not calling for his head. I think you're bonkers, with respect, Neil, if you think Mikel Arteta should leave Arsenal. And Villa, look, yeah, Trossard could have scored. Story could have been different. Could have got the 3 points. Fulham, West Ham, so many games where we've dropped points. Ferguson and Wenger used to say you can't really, you rarely win the league if you lose more than 3 or 4 games, and we've lost 5 this season. And Manchester City have lost fewer, and that's just the way that it is. So onwards and upwards, as Emra says. V Vlad says, good evening, FK. I was expecting that, but it does feel so demoralising. We can be proud, though, such a good season overall. Yeah, look, I was expecting, it's a nice way to kind of go into my mood going into the game. I was really resigned or accepting in that I think Man City were going to win the title this year. Coming into today's fixture, coming into the weekend, I thought, it's inevitable. City are going to win it. We just have to win our game and just see what happens. But it is demoralising, and that goes to my point at the start of the show. I feel hollow. I feel flat. I feel empty. I feel a bit sad, a bit reflective. But I'm not going to lose my shit, and I'm really proud of what's happened. Paul saying pride, disappointment, deflation. That is a great word. Denele, who is also in the chat. Oh, what have I done with the comments? Here we go. Hey, FK, bittersweet ending, but really proud of the team. Can't compete with players bought by breaching FFP. Look, listen, lots of people are going to talk about 115 charges, and it's a valid fucking point, to be honest, how they've built that club, that squad. But they have a manager in Pep Guardiola who is unbelievable, and he still has to cobble these players together, and he still has to produce results the way that he does. It is easier, of course, when you've stockpiled some of the best talents in the game. And that's why there's no shame in Arsenal kind of, going toe-to-toe and missing out eventually on the final weekend to a team that's now won 4 Premier League trophies on the bounce. So, difficult to overlook. It does stick in your throat. Hopefully something will come of it. Who knows? Ben says, I'm all right. Start of the season, I want us to go 80 plus points and Champions League quarterfinals, and we got there. By the way, there are more than 500 of you watching live already across both platforms. Please do get involved in the socials and the chat. Like the video on YouTube. It's a massive, massive help to the channel. Matthew Simpson said, I'm proud of this team. It's been a good season overall. We did a good job, but lost it in the first half of the season. Yeah, look, our calendar form this year has been phenomenal, Matthew. 16 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat, and 18. That's phenomenal. Phenomenal. So the fine margins, that City do not give you time to breathe. And we know we can be better next season. Already Yembele was asking me on the way home, where do you think we can improve? And stability at left back, Juri and Timber coming into the team. That left central midfield position's not quite right. So that sort of left-hand side of our attack hasn't quite been functional this season. Getting someone who can take direct set free kicks, we're talking about fine margins, right? We've worked so hard on corners, we've worked so hard on set pieces. We need a direct we need a direct set piece taker. It's been a long day in the sun. Last free kick we scored was Martin Odegaard away at Burnley. Striker, maybe. So look, there's lots of things that Mikel Arteta and his guys will do, and we'll have plenty of time over the summer to kind of reflect and to think about the coming season. But I appreciate that. Arteta's tummy, welcome to the show. The atmosphere will mean more to the players and to us in years to come, because it was even there without the win. And it was really emotional. I think I detected, I've not seen any of the footage back, but I think I detected a lump in Mikel Arteta's throat when he was talking to the fans. Odegaard was wiping his eyes as he walked past the North Bank on the sort of lap of appreciation. Lots of Arsenal fans giving it the whole sort of, keep your head up symbol to the gang, to the guys. And Martin Odegaard gave it back the heart symbol to the fans. It was lovely. And the fans have been magnificent this season, bar 1 or 2 people who are quite sensational with their channels, the fans in the ground, the away games in particular. It's been so much fun. Josh says it felt like such a weird game. Happy for the win. Nevertheless, it was a weird game. So much riding on it, Josh. Not easy. It's the first time we've been in this sort of situation for a long time. And the guy who stands next to me at Arsenal, he's 23 years old. He's never experienced this in his life. So for him to be getting the nerves on the final game of the season, to be hearing the crowd roar as West Ham get a goal or don't get a goal, it was really unusual, but it was really, really good fun. Kemperer says, FK, will you be there when we go unbeaten again next season? I will. We move. Listen, what a thought that is. I hope so. I hope so. Stephen Foote says, hi, FK, onwards and upwards. We are the Arsenal. Mike Anthony Jr., hey, FK, incredibly proud of the club, players and staff. Arteta's comments sum up the journey we are on and the destination is close. Come on, you Gunners. I normally go into the slides, but the comments are just so wonderful. Really, really help me kind of process the game and where we are as a club. Ben says it's 1 loss, 1 draw this calendar year. Oh, that's gutting. Jonathan Kay says, need some big signings to rejuvenate the squad. I think the big signings are going to come. El Neni and Swedrick already on their way out. Smith Rowe, Nketiah, Ramsdale, all being rumoured with links, with moves away. It's going to free up a lot of wage budget. And we know that we've kept the powder dry. The summer is going to be there, and it's international tournament time as well. We shall see. El Boogie, welcome, my friend from the USA, says, great work for the past season, FK. You've been perfect. And we love you and Wayne. Rest up and we go again next season. Well, this season's not over, my friend. We have the last post-match phone-in live on Twitter at 9 p.m. So if you are watching on Twitter, request the mic and have your say. Matthew Simpson says, I think Neil is a Spurs fan. Maybe. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. I just don't have to agree with it. Jonathan Kay says, Arteta is under pressure next season. I think Arteta is under pressure all the time. He's managing Arsenal, one of the biggest clubs in the world. He is under pressure. He knows it. He knows the standard. He talked about that in his post-match press conference. V Vlad says Havertz was emotional at the end too. It meant a lot to these players. They know. Speaking of Havertz, let's bring up the slides then. So look, ladies and gents, boys and girls, let's do this. Coming into the weekend, eventually, of course, we've signed off with a win. It wasn't enough in the end. It wasn't meant to be a close-run title race, and we've ended up winning on the final weekend by 2-1 against Everton. And that was the lineup. The only change today, Bukayo Saka missing with a muscle injury. So David Raya in goal, White Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, goal-scoring Takahiro Tomiyasu. Rice, Partey, Odegaard in midfield. Partey now, that's what, 5 starts on the bounce? Can he? Will he tie down a spot in the starting midfield next season? Trossard, Martinelli and Havertz. Martinelli playing on the right-hand side. Looked good in moments, which was quite encouraging. And of course, in the end, the game was a 2-1 win for Arsenal. The game started, of course, 4 or 5 minutes in, after the crowd was bouncing, the way that we started, news began to sort of filter through that I think it was Phil Foden who scored for Manchester City really early on. So 1-0, and we were sort of frustrated. The game sort of started. We created some openings, started knocking on the door, Pickford with a couple of good saves and a couple of weak sort of attempts from, Declan Rice on his left foot in particular, one down to Jordan Pickford's left-hand side as he saved it low to the ground. And then Everton go and get a free kick. And Idrissa Gueye takes a free kick and it deflects and it goes in and the Everton fans go wild. And at that point, City are 2-0 up. And you're thinking, oh, what a way to end the season. What a damp squib. At least we should be beating Everton at home, put the pressure on City, but it just felt so awful. The atmosphere was tough. The sun was shining, but the Arsenal fans it was a bit of sort of blow. But it was, like we say, Takahiro Tomiyasu who leveled just before half time. I think it was 3 minutes after Everton had scored from that deflected free kick. We responded quickly. It was a really nice low finish from what looked like the edge of the area. Martin Odegaard, who else, pulling the ball back, and really happy for Tomiyasu. He's really struggled with injuries in the last few weeks. He looks like he's been able to put a run of starts together. It's been a real shame that we've dicked about with that left back position. We've just had Zinchenko and Timber for 1 or 2 games at the very start. Kivior playing out there, Tomiyasu playing there. It's really hampered Martinelli. It's hampered our build-up down that left-hand side, but Tomiyasu does look fit. A couple of chats. Boise says, it's my birthday too. Thought I'd get a nice present. Listen, Boyce88, a very, very happy birthday to you. I hope you are blessed with tremendous prosperity and good health in the years to come, my friend, and hopefully Premier League trophies. Dan Smith says, Mikel is instilling invincible standards onwards and upwards. And that goes back to that point about Mikel's expectations. He knows what he's up against. He knows what the standard is. So, let's see what happens. And Magnus, now I'm just looking forward to all the player breakdowns on this channel. Yeah, listen, as the transfer speculation heightens, we are going to look at players that we might sign, and the place for the best player breakdowns. They are here, of course, on Latte Firm. Jonathan K says, we were so close. Proud of the team. Today hurts, though. Henkeho, what a season. Heart emoji, and what a man. Thank you. You're so kind with your words. Look forward to meeting you one day, my man. Really look forward to meeting you one day. Matthew Simpson says, these latte firm sessions always help to rationalize how I'm feeling after a game. Great to be in a community with like-minded fans. Love to you all. Love to you as well, Matthew, man. I really appreciate you watching and leaving all your comments. And that's what I try to do. You know, these quick reaction videos were always recorded. I did it live by mistake once, and you guys joined the chat, and now I really like it. I think the live sessions kind of help me kind of process the game as well. And, you know, it's the last one of the season, so let's keep going for a few more minutes. Boise says, thank you, a million FK, much appreciated. Come on, you Gunners. Pete, this is a really important point. Arsenal is number one trending on X. All you need to know about City's title. Yeah, listen, look, City have just broken a record. 4 Premier League titles in a row, and Jurgen Klopp's just left Liverpool and all that sort of stuff. But Arsenal are trending. Arsenal are getting more focus, more coverage than any other club. We are fucking massive, let me tell you. So 1-1 at half time. Manchester City were 2-0 up, and then just moments after that, or in and around that, news filtered through of a Kudus goal just before half time, 2-1. Emirates bouncing, real positivity going into half time. And we kind of came out in the second half expecting Arsenal to maybe push on and maybe Manchester City to get pegged back again, but sadly not the case. And in the end, it's a game of fine margins, and I hate to use this picture, but it's quite a powerful one, and it's one of Kai Havertz, who was quite emotional at the end of the game. But Kai Havertz scored for us in the 88th, 89th minute. We were running out of time. It was 1-1. You know, all I could think about was the Etihad, but of course, we had our own game to look after, and there was, you know, news or allegations of Gabriel Jesus handballing the ball as we kind of broke away. Ødegaard scuffed the shot, but the ball, I think it sort of rolls across. You got to bear in mind, I'm in the North Bank lower, so I'm watching this at the opposite end of the pitch, and you can never see what's happening when you're so close to the ground. Havertz just smashes it into the net, and for the first time, the referee gets called to the screen and didn't turn the decision away, which was, I don't think that's happened before. So that was a really pleasant surprise. But listen, at 2-1, City, I think at that point were 3-1 up. West Ham got a goal back in the game late, but that was disallowed. And at that point, there was a sense of resignation. And I think that second half performance, it was a performance of a team that kind of knew that City were winning. We weren't at our intense, high tempo best. We were, you know, we were just playing the game. And that's kind of what happened. And in the end, I'm really pleased that we got the 3 points at home. I think it was important to basically get that win, a record win for us, and finish on a high, because that's what happened. And when you look at look at the graphic on the right-hand side there, courtesy of TNT Sports, 89 points on the board this season. Unbeaten against the top 6 teams. It just makes me so sad. Second most goals scored, only behind City. Fewest goals conceded. Our defensive resilience this season has been unbelievable. Fewest XG conceded in the league. Most clean sheets and fewest shots on target conceded. That to me implies our defensive aura, our defensive strength. You know, we are monsters defensively. And going back to what we were just talking about a few moments ago, if we have to improve this team, if Mikel is looking to take this team to the next step, it's all about that attacking fluidity down maybe the left-hand side and just scoring a few more goals. I know it's easier said than done, but this is a great foundation. Really is a great foundation to build on. Arsven just says, we're here for the therapy. FK, thank you very much. Leo says, end of last season, I was exhausted, ready for a break. Right now, I just want us to go again in the new season. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, we've got the Euros, we've got pre-season in 6, 7, 8 weeks, whatever it is, and then the new season will be upon us in August. I'm kind of with you, Leo. I kind of just want to go straight into it. Like, maybe not next week, like in a couple of weeks' time. Like, I just feel we're in a really good space, and I'm looking forward to next season already. BX Gunner says, Kai bleeds red and white. He's really one of us now. Yeah, look, it's sad to see him emotional. These boys are young. You know, we forget these boys are very, very young, the second or third youngest squad in the Premier League. And this experience is going to be tough for them. It's going to make them feel very sad, very emotional. All the effort they've put in this season, especially after the disappointment of last year, but it will make them stronger. They will get a taste for a title race now. They will understand the margins that they are operating against, and they will also know that this will be motivation for an even better performance next season. Boyce88 says unbeaten against top six is some record. It is. It's really disappointing. You know, people used to tell me like you got to take points off your rivals, and we did that. 4 points off Liverpool, 4 points off Manchester City. Just didn't work. Joe Husson says, FK, hold me. I'm not okay. Joe, where were you, man? I missed you in the pre-match meal today. I couldn't make it in time. I do want that cuddle though, Joe. I'm sending love. You just got to be positive. We're in a good place. We're in a great place. So much more to come from this team, from this gaffer. T is in the house, just so gutted, he or she says. T, we're with you, man. We're with you. Jag says, absolutely gutted. FK, don't think anyone will win it whilst Pep is there. He may leave next year, so let's see, but amazing season. Do you know what, Jags? In a weird way, I really hope that when we do win a Premier League title, because it will be when, it's not if, it's when we win, I hope it is against a Pep Guardiola team. I hope Pep is still there, because I don't want anyone to throw that as an excuse to say, oh, well, Arsenal only won the league because Pep wasn't there and City are in transition. I want us to beat them. And I think we've got it. We have got, like, Arteta's so close. He's so close. Really is. But I love that comment, Jags. Thank you so much. So, look, a thrilling season is over. Mikel Arteta's post-match interview on the pitch. He spoke about, look, don't be satisfied. We want much more than what we've got this season, and we're going to go and get it. And, you know, like I say, I think there was a lump in his throat. And the club tweeting with that thank you image, and they signed off their message by saying, look, we're writing the story, and this is just the beginning. And it's true. It's true. We are on a journey. This is the beginning. We are going to be so, so good. Lou Weed says we are good at football. We absolutely are. SG Experiment says this Arsenal team is one of the greatest we have ever had. And I still see people calling for Arteta to go. Other channels. It's unbelievable. Listen, everyone's entitled to their opinions. If you want to watch other channels and laugh at people's opinions and agree or disagree or stick it to Arteta, feel free to do so. I'm a little bit older than some of these content creators, so I've been around the block and I know how football works, and I've seen Arsenal at their lowest, I've seen Arsenal at their highest, and we are very, very close to being at a very, very high. Boy says Defo felt heartbroken. Arteta did. Yeah, it's tough for Mikel to take, especially when he knows that he was part of that Manchester City setup for years. He knows exactly what Pep's about. And Pep's has spoken now in a couple of post-match sort of videos saying that, like, you know, they've heard us, they're aware, you know, the alarm bells are ringing for them. Kind of terrifies me as to how much stronger they're going to get, but City are not going to rest on their laurels, put it that way. Over 1,000 of you watching right now. Please do like the video if you're on YouTube. Please do get involved on X if you are watching live on X. Follow Latte Firm. And of course, if you are on X, in about 5 minutes' time, we're going to go live with the post-match phone-in. So come and request the mic and have your say. The tweet is there on the timeline. I guess for me, in closing, it's hard to take. I feel flat. I feel hollow. All of those sorts of words. I guess today sort of sums up the emotions and equally the cruelty of the Premier League title race, one in which Arsenal have come up just short by 2 points. It's hard, but one small upside was the return of Jurien Timber. Came on with about 20 minutes to go and played a nice game, got some minutes in the legs. Really excited to see what role he will play in the summer. First appearance since the opening day of the season. I mean, what a miss he's been. What a miss. And look, as the image says, thank you from Arsenal to the Arsenal fans. I'd also like to thank all of you guys who have been watching this channel, this particular video, the quick reaction videos all throughout the season. Absolutely adore the fact that you guys make time to tune in and listen in and like and engage and share all of my content. It's honestly, it's overwhelming. It's fabulous. I love this community we've built. So thank you to all of you. You guys are the best. You make me feel so much better about doing this stuff, and I'm so glad that you like the content. Really, really, I am. The community we're building is just immensely powerful. The late night latte won't be here today. I think the late night latte will be. We've got plenty of time now. We've got a few weeks. So let's do the late night latte. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday. Reflect. We'll do like an end of season show. You know, best player, most disappointing player, best moment, all that sort of stuff. I think today is just a bit raw. Let's just speak to people on the phone and see how people are feeling. So jump on there. And if you're not on X, you can, of course, download it as a podcast on Apple and Spotify. All of the nice comments coming through. Thank you so much. Alpha Wolf, Dan, thank you, FK. Matthew Simpson, thanks, FK. Keep doing a great job, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. Trevor Bibbins, thanks for a great stream. Henko will be back at the top next season. There'll be lots of lip licking FK videos next. I don't know why I do it. Henko. It's just a habit. I just lick my lips. It's really, really strange. I cannot explain it. Boyce says thank you. And all you gooners, thank you. Thank you also to the community. Fahim says, we love you, FK. We do. That's really kind of you, man. Appreciate that. Henka, best FK video. Thank you, man. And Matthew, maybe Laura can put a chant together for you. Yeah, Laura's going to be back at some point, I'm sure. She will. She will. Kempra says, watched every single show since the inception, FK. I love this channel. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kempra. I appreciate that, man. Really, that's touched me. Karen says, bye and take care. Karen will be back in the week with a proper late night latte. Mike Anthony, love you, FK. There's only one FK. You guys are too kind. You guys are too kind. I think we're going to leave it there. We've been going for just over 20 minutes, and I like to keep these ones short. So listen, the Premier League season is over. It wasn't meant to be this season, but we are on our journey, and it's just the beginning. Enjoy yourselves over the next sort of night or so, a couple of days. We'll be back with a late night latte. The post-match phone will be on in a couple of minutes' time. Thank you once again for all of the likes, comments, shares, and all that sort of stuff throughout the season. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Until next time, bye for now.